All time. Time to joust between the Knights and the Monarchs from the Meadowlands on USA. It is a beautiful night as the sun goes down over New York, and the New York, New Jersey Knights fans hope that the London Monarchs will go down to defeat. 6 weeks ago, London had the home continent advantage, but the tide's turned now, and the New York, New Jersey Knights on their home turf this evening. They've got a 4-game winning streak, and they take on the unbeaten London Monarchs in what may indeed be a preview of World Bowl #1. As we take a look at the standings, heading towards the playoffs. The top spot in the North American West still belongs to Birmingham after San Antonio lost to Barcelona today. In the North American East, there you see the New York, New Jersey team with 4 straight wins and a 1-game edge over Montreal. And in the European division, these 3 clubs have won 86% of their ball games. London still unbeaten, but Barcelona's kept the pressure on with another victory today, and they're only a game back. And hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler along with Boomer Esiason. Big crowd tonight, Boomer, and a big game. The 2 hottest teams right now in the World League. Tonight we find out who's the best.
Well, it really should be a great matchup, Brad. Both of these offenses played extremely well. The London offense has been led by Stan Gelbaugh, and you can see some of the things that they've done. They've been really tough to stop. They're top-ranked offense in the World League. Their 284 yards passing a game leads the league, averaging 34 points a game. And they're really putting the numbers up. On the other side, Jeff Graham, the quarterback of the New Jersey New York Knights, has finally figured out how to run and shoot. They've outscored their opponents 156-32 the last 4 games and are averaging 22 points in the first half during this winning streak.
In the last 4 games, over 31 points a game difference for New York, New Jersey over their opponents. The defense not too shabby for either of these teams, are they?
Both of these defenses are extremely tough. The London defense is led by Danny Lockett, who has 10 sacks, and he leads the league. They're only allowing a little bit over 10 points a game, and they're allowed only 3 passes for TDs in the first 7 games.
New York, New Jersey, maybe one of the best secondaries in the business.
They have 2 of the leaders in interceptions, 8 and 5 respectively. They're allowing only 230 yards a game and force 26 turnovers. And the turnover area is where London has really been hurting. And the interception area, again, is where we'll have to watch tonight.
USA helmet cam goes on Roy Hart, a nose tackle for the London Monarchs. You'll find out what it's like to be in rush hour traffic without a car, I guess, because this guy gets all over the place and puts pressure on opposing quarterbacks. How do you stop the run and shoot? That's the big question tonight for the London defense.
Well, that's a really good question. All of us folks in football would really like to have a good answer, and we really don't. What I would do tonight, though, I'd put my 4 defensive backs right on the noses of the 4 wide receivers of New York, New Jersey, and I would put 7 guys around the line of scrimmage and turn loose those linebackers and put a serious hit on the quarterback.
All right, well, Mouse Davis said last time we played them, they blitzed us 18 times. We'll probably see more of the same tonight. And we'll talk to Mouse when we come back right after this.
When your office is 200,000 acres of rugged woodland, and you train the men who prevent anything from happening to it, you need a deodorant you can depend on. Men count on Old Spice deodorant. It works to prevent odor, to neutralize it before it starts. There's nothing else this effective with the clean classic scent of Old Spice.
Hi, Ann. Just at the office.
You bet.
Old Spice deodorant, because prevention is the ultimate form of protection. Count on it.
Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
Tying the knot, huh? That's a big step.
Well, the next thing you know, you'll be buying a house. Just call me. We have lots of ways to help you there.
Oh, I've always wanted a nice little Cape Cod.
Ow! Then comes the pitter-patter of little feet.
Hey, we're gonna need this.
And things are gonna happen that you just can't predict. But you're protected. You just call me first and I'll put things right.
Your neighborhood Allstate agent, always on hand to take care of the things life hands you. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The World League on USA is brought to you by the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out. By Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. By Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. By Old Spice Deodorant. Because prevention is the ultimate form of protection. Count on it.
The two hottest teams in the World League set to do battle, and let's meet the coach of the New York, New Jersey Knights, Mouse Davis. He's with Mick Luckhurst on the sideline. Mick.
Thank you, Brad. Mouse, you've been in a lot of games, big games over your career. How big is this one for you?
That's a big game, you know, because there's so much media attention focused on it, and it's important that we play well. And, you know, we're always under scrutiny, so we'd like to take the scrutiny off and do good.
There's a lot of talk about the run and shoot and your offense, but what phases of the game have you got to do well in today to beat the Monarchs?
Certainly we have to protect our passer. We have to do a good job up front. We do a good job, we'll move the ball well. We have to do a good job of putting heat on Gelbaugh, so those two things look like very important for both teams.
All right, well, good luck tonight. That's hard for me to say. I've been pulling for the Monarchs, but it's hard for me to pull against you.
Come on now, Mick. Come on, baby. You're with us, right? The Mick and Mouse show.
That's right. This is from down Disney, from the sideline, back up to you, Brad.
All right, guys. That's one loose coach. The word we had from the London Monarchs locker room is that it was the exact opposite. Very businesslike. A lot of talk about, hey, these guys are ready to take money out of our pockets for playoff time. They're pretty serious.
I'll tell you what, I was at their practice on Friday, and I can tell you that the London Monarchs really want to set the tone going into the playoffs tonight.
The Knights will receive. Anthony Hardy, Tony Jones back deep. The kick will go through the end zone, and the Knights and Jeff Graham will go to work from their own 20-yard line. And Graham has really started to put the run and shoot together. He scored 5 touchdowns rushing as well, so the run part of the run and shoot has been very prominent over the course of the 4-game winning streak. Here's his group that joins him. Wilkerson the top back in the league. Burbage and Turner, Gilbreth and Lewis in the run and shoot, the 4 wideout group. Searles, Warren, Scott, Hussar, and Rennie across the front wall for the Knights. First down, they work from their 20-yard line. Graham with the first throw of the night. It's a deep ball, and it's almost picked off in the secondary by Dedrick Dodge. Let's take a look at the London Monarchs defense. As already the players are a little chippy out there. We have our first fight of the night. Roy Hart wearing the helmet cam, part of the Heart Attack defense with Renna and Shannon up front. The linebacking core, Brown, Solly, Robertson, and Lockett. And the secondary, a good one, Irvin Smith, Corus Irvin, Dedrick Dodge, and Dan Crossman. 2nd and 10. Knights from their 20. Nickel defense in there. London shows blitz. Let's see if they come with it. They'll back out. Graham to throw. Across the middle, incomplete. Getting a hand on it was Lonnie Turner. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I can tell you, Brad, already by looking at this, London looks like they've decided, at least on 1st and 2nd down, is to lay off, to rush only 4 defensive linemen, and to drop 7 off in the secondary. As opposed to what I said, rush 7 and drop 4 off.
We'll see how much they alter it as we go along. There's Roy Hart right in the middle of things. And he'll be putting some heat on Graham on 3rd and 10. The Knights opening possession. Gilbreth in motion. Lockett almost jumped offside, and they keep it on the ground, and Wilkerson got 8 of the needed 10, but he'll be short of the first down. John Shannon made the tackle, and the Knights will have to give it up, 3 and out.
Tell you, one of the things that amazes me about Wilkerson in the run and shoot, he's actually averaging 6.3 yards a rush. I'd like to see him carry the ball 15 to 20 times tonight. He can have a big game.
Liljadal will punt. London has 10 men up. Dana Brinson back in return formation for the Monarchs. High, lazy kick. Brinson settles under it at the 24, and out comes forward. Got a nice return before he's knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line, an 11-yard run back. And Stan Gelbaugh and the London Monarchs offense will take the field. Good field position at the 35. There's a top-ranked quarterback in the World League. He just keeps adding to those impressive numbers. 3 touchdown passes last Monday night in the game we had for you. You see he leads the league in those statistics that are starred for you. Alexander and Garrett in the backfield. Davis the tight end. Horton and Brinson the wide receivers. Here's the nasty boys. Adams, Veridelli, Marone, Jones, and Gabbard up front for the Monarchs. And they've allowed only 7 sacks all season long. Riley in motion. And Gelbaugh to go to the air. Over the middle, wide open is Garrett. And he's got a first down across the 45, out near the 47-yard line. Defensively, for the New York, New Jersey Knights, the #1 defense in the league, allowing only 230 yards a game. Woods, Mikolas, Marlatt, and Schlichting up front. Campbell, Herring, and Sancho, the linebackers. And keep your eye on Philander Newton and Anthony Parker, the top 2 interceptors in the league. Jones and Moore join them in the secondary. It's a 1st and 10 for the Monarchs. And Alexander's going nowhere. Tony Woods is there to meet him.
So the interesting thing about the Knights defense so far is that they decided to play against the London offense in a nickel package. 5 defensive back, 2 linebackers, and 4 defensive linemen. One of the things that we said last week when we watched London was that Stan Gelbaugh has had the poise that none of these other quarterbacks in the league have shown thus far.
Even when he got rattled last week early and threw a couple early interceptions in the San Antonio game, he came right back and was brilliant from that point on and threw 3 touchdown passes. Gelbaugh on 2nd and 10 over the middle again, wide open. Judd Garrett, he just finds that little dead spot out there in the middle, Boomer. He picks up about 6 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Stan right now is being real patient, just taking the underneath stuff, throwing underneath the drop of the linebackers in between zones. I know that Mouse Davis was worried about controlling Judd Garrett going into this game. Who wouldn't be? He's the leading receiver right now in the World League.
At the 47-yard line, it's 3rd and 4. First trip into the Knights territory for the Monarchs. Gelbaugh. Pressured and sacked back at the 44 by Craig Schlichting, the right defensive end. And Mouse says that's more like it.
Actually, that was man coverage that time by the Knights on defense. Covered all their men up. That was a coverage sack. Knights get a good job in the secondary covering their receivers. A little bit of a mismatch there as well.
Greg Horn to punt. A knuckleball that bounces at the 15. Better make a decision back there. Alexander finally does, and he made a little something out of it. Got out near the 12-yard line. A 53-yard kick with a nice bounce. We're scoreless. 11 minutes, 4 seconds to go first quarter. The unbeaten Monarchs and the New York, New Jersey Knights will be back.
Sinbad here, going to the court. See, this is where legends are made, outdoors. I got on my black top shoes, the first kicks built for the outside game. Let me tell you about the outdoor game. You can shoot from anywhere when you play outdoors. There ain't no rules. How do you know when you're out of bounds when you play outdoors? If you hit that trash can, you went too far. Can't take no charge outside. You get a foot in your chest. That's what happens. Pay your dues outdoors, man. Reebok, black top shoes. You seen it? Now go play outside. I got about a 40-inch vertical since I've been wearing these shoes. About a 40, all right, about a 37-inch. I got about a 30.
Whoa, just take those old records off the shelf. It's the Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer. Yes, the beer that won't fill you up. We'll be dancing its can off all summer long. Just visit the display and look for the specially marked cans, and you could instantly win Carver's Ultimate Stereo System, Boss stereo phones, Denon portable CD players, and cassettes from Capitol Records. We know it's only Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer, but we like it.
Plumb bobs, T-squares, tape rules, what do I know?
Zip.
Want to know more?
Ask Ace.
This Stanley tape rule with free utility knife is only $8.99, and this extension cord with reel just $9.88.
Plumb bob, John.
Hey, Ace is a place for me.
Roy Hart looks at the umpire and Ken Solly, who's making the defensive calls for the London Monarchs. Roy Hart, the nose tackle.
You heard him there say full blitz. We'll see if they blitz. We'll see if that's the call. I would imagine it would be.
And we look across, and as soon as the center, Pete Scott, bends over, you'll see Roy Hart go with him. Let's see if they can put some heat on Graham. Jeff takes a look on first down from his own 11. Here they come. They pick it up nicely, and the throw incomplete. Over the middle, intended for Kip Lewis. Let's listen in to Mouse Davis.
Okay, let's do this. Load. 260.
Load.
Regular people back in.
Load is just a defense. I mean, an offensive set that tells your receiver in the right slot to move left and go all the way across the formation.
There's Kip Lewis making that move on 2nd and 10. Now sets in a slot there, and it's a trio of receivers to the bottom of your screen. Long count by Graham, who throws to Wilkerson out of the backfield. And he goes down, and the ball's loose, and London's got it. The Monarchs have the ball. That was just a case of stealing the football by John Shannon. So here's a great opportunity for London. Let's take another look, Boomer.
Throws the ball to Wilkerson. Wilkerson puts it away and actually gets hit from behind. Watch how he gets hit from behind, and Shannon is going to pull the ball right out from underneath his arm. It's a nice job by Shannon tackling the ball. Good pursuit by the London defense by Ken Seal.
1st and goal for the London Monarchs. Garrett in motion. Gelbaugh rolls, got a man open if he can get rid of it. Finally throws, and it's almost intercepted. Anthony Parker almost had his 9th pick of the year, but Stan had somebody open early.
Yeah, Tony Sargent coming across the back of the end zone. Stan didn't see him. That's a tough throw. He would have been thrown against the grain. Tries to drill this ball in here. Put some steam on it. A little bit of a dangerous throw, I would say.
Boy, a lot of people there. It'll be 2nd and goal.
The one thing I did like about that is that he did put some steam on it. So if his man was not going to catch it, neither was the defensive back.
Alexander, the single setback, gets the call and a little quick opener, but that's only going to get him back to the line of scrimmage. Ron Sancho.
We talked about how we thought London was going to blitz. That time the Knights had 7 guys around the line of scrimmage. No place for Alexander to run. Good defense by the Knights. All of these defensive players along the line of scrimmage are responsible for a gap when they're blitzing. If you can catch a player out of position on defense, that will create a big hole and usually a big play.
Loss of 2. And Larry Kevin's troops find themselves now 3rd and goal back at the 11. Gelbaugh throws outside, in and out of the hands of Tony Sargent, and a nice hit by Reggie Berry, the nickelback.
I'll tell you, Stan would love to have that ball back because Judd Garrett came flashing across the middle with nobody near him. Stan did the proper thing, get rid of the ball quickly to your receiver in the flat, but Judd Garrett that time came across and open over the middle.
Well, those 3 plays show why the Knights have the top-ranked defense in the league.
See, there goes Judd Garrett right across the middle. Catchable ball.
Forces a field goal attempt by Philip Alexander of 29 yards. And he's got it right through the middle. One of the top kickers in the World League. He's London born and playing for the London team.
Good defensive series for New York that time, Brad.
The Monarchs are on the board first, 3-0 with 8:45 to go first quarter.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 upper running backs.
You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem.
Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think you'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Awesome!
Day after day, night after night, there's an easy way to save on AT&T. With the AT&T Reach Out America plan. Reach Out America gives you an additional 25% discount starting at 5 p.m. A 10% daytime discount, plus an hour of weekend and night calls. And it costs just $8.70 a month.
Hi, Grandma. Yes, I'm fine, and so is Harry.
Call 1-800-532-0800 for the AT&T Reach Out America plan. Order now and save $5. It's easy to save with AT&T. The plan also includes an international discount at no extra charge. You can even get an option that lets you save on calls away from home. Call 1-800-532-0800 and save on quality AT&T long distance, day and night. AT&T, the right choice.
Divided by law, drawn by desire, until a murder came between them. Web of Deceit, tomorrow at 7.
Mouse Davis, the head coach of the Knights, on the left, and his quarterback Jeff Graham, number 9. They'll be back on the field momentarily. A 29-yard field goal has London in front, though. A drive of -2 yards. Boomer, these defenses have come to play tonight.
Sure have.
Alexander fanned on the kickoff.
Actually, the ball fell down before he got to the tee. But actually, you know, the defenses have played well thus far. But I can tell you that both of these defenses are taking chances when you're blitzing against high-powered offenses. You can hold them down only for so long. Watch how the ball falls off the tee right here. Whoop.
Good thing he didn't kick. He'd have pulled a groin muscle trying to get a hold of that one.
Excuse me.
Let's try it again. Back deep, Tony Jones and Anthony Hardy. Tony Jones will take it at the 6. Broke one tackle and goes under at the 20-yard line. Harvey Wilson got down there on the special teams, and these two clubs are going to push and shove a little bit. They did 6 weeks ago over at Wembley, too, and they had a little ill will in that football game. They haven't forgotten it, and obviously this is an important matchup. The Monarchs unbeaten. New York, New Jersey trying to keep their winning streak alive.
This is what it looks like if you're a nose tackle. Boy, I'm getting dizzy just watching it.
The Knights work from their own 21-yard line. Again, in the run and shoot, Gilbreth in motion to the top of your screen. Graham sets and got it out complete. Lonnie Turner made the catch.
Did a nice job that time staying in the pocket, rolled a little bit to his right. Remember the run and shoot, you'll see the quarterback, he'll roll to his right or to his left. Very rarely do they drop straight back. The only time they'll drop straight back if it's a 3-step drop.
Nice grab by Turner to keep the feet in. 2nd down and 4.
Go!
See if Wilkerson gets the call out of the Knights backfield, the league's leading rusher. Graham wants to throw it, but Roy Hart won't let him. And you'll see Jeff Graham up close and personal, I'm sure, after that one. First sack of the night. Let's take a look.
Keep your head up, Roy. There we go. Just beats the center. Goes right for the midsection, like every good nose tackle should.
That's a good look at Jeff Graham. Jeff probably doesn't like it much.
Just remember, Roy is only 6 foot tall, but he weighs about 290 pounds.
3rd down and 6. Graham lays it out for Gilbreth. First down from the 38-yard line. Harvey Wilson made the tackle, but it's a first down for the Knights.
Jeff put that ball right on the money. One of the hardest things for a right-hander to do is to roll left, get your feet around, and then throw the ball. And he put it right between the numbers, 8 and 1 on Gilbreth. Nice throw that time. Good call. You'll see that the run and shoot will always come out in the same formation. One of the 2 inside receivers will usually go in motion, and the reason they do that is to allow the quarterback to dissect the defense, whether it's going to be zone or man.
Here comes a blitz. Wilkerson broke one tackle and cuts outside. Out to the 42-yard line. Nifty little run by Eric Wilkerson.
That's why he's the leading rusher. He doesn't go down on the first tackle. He's going to make something happen when he gets that football.
Okay, let's do this. Load 60, Z-choice, switch.
Okay, load 60, Z-choice, switch. You'll see the inside receiver on the right go in motion to the left. Jeff Graham should roll to his right, and his outside receiver should have the choice of an out route or a hook pattern. He should roll right here.
2nd and 6. Tried to roll right, and then found Marlon Brown, the outside linebacker.
Way to go, baby. This is the way it's going to be all night long. There's going to be some big defensive plays for London and some big completions by New York, New Jersey.
Jeff Graham in a little bit of pain after that hit.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Rip 60. Z-hook special.
Rip 60. Z-hook special. On 2. Right.
Come on, let's get up.
Third down and 12 after a loss of 6 on the sack.
You'll see the inside receiver on the left go all the way across. He'll roll to the right.
Graham with a flag down. We may have holding in the backfield. Brown and Lockett came with the pressure. Let's go down to Mick Luckhurst. Mick.
Number 71 offense. Penalty decline.
We had a guy open in the end zone. I didn't get it to him quick enough, and you know, they're playing hard. We always have a little transition period in the beginning whenever we try to find out, you know, how we're doing against them.
What are you going to be throwing at them?
Same thing as always. Take whatever they give us.
All right, well, good luck. Back up to you, Brad.
He's got to be a coach someday with that.
Well, he got that. You know where he got that from? He got that from Coach Joe Krivak at the University of Maryland. We all went there, and Coach Krivak really is the king of cliches. Take what they give you.
Liljadal blasted the punt, and then the special teams of the Knights. And Alan Champagne led the charge. And they bury the return man. And with 5 minutes and 39 seconds to go on a gorgeous night in New York, the Knights trail by 3.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
How about a better hand soap?
Not us, we can't cope. We don't need no lava soap, nope.
Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested?
Nope, nope, nope.
Lava, but don't try to cope without it soap.
The best thing about this GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone is that it's virtually static-free,
So cool.
which is really
I
great,
think I'm gonna die.
since most of us have enough static in our lives. Like teenagers.
Cool. Gotta go. It's for me. No, it's for me.
Hello. No, it's not for either of you. Sorry.
GE Crystal Clear cordless telephones. Because the last thing you need in your life is more static.
For you.
Thanks, Dad.
You got it, babe.
Dad.
Some 18 years ago, a team of Kawasaki engineers stood on the bank of a Carlsbad, California lagoon. After 2 years of testing, their dream had become a reality, and the jet ski watercraft phenomenon began. Today, Kawasaki offers the most extensive line of personal watercraft in the world. And while much has changed since the early days, one fact remains the same. If it isn't Kawasaki, it isn't jet ski.
Think anybody will buy it?
A patient's dark dreams become a psychiatrist's living nightmare.
No!
Red Wind, a USA world premiere movie, Wednesday at 9.
Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and Mick Luckhurst back in the Meadowlands, where the London Monarchs in their gold helmets and white road jerseys, or away continent jerseys, whatever you call them. They lead 3-0. Gelbaugh with a quick throw outside, almost intercepted. Oh boy, and Reggie Berry would have had a touchdown.
Boy, that's a real dangerous throw outside like that late. Stan knows that, and I'm sure he's breathing a sigh of relief now. I've done this a few times myself, where you throw the ball out to the flat, you don't see the defender. John Horton did a nice job of breaking up the play. He turns defender.
On the ground is Alexander. He took a shot after picking up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And Boomer Gelbaugh has started much like he did last week when he was 1 for 4 with a couple of interceptions early. Tonight, Stan has started 2 for 5 for only 18 yards. He's missed his last 3. This is normally where he turns on another switch and goes nuts.
Well, like he said, there is a transition period for his offense. I'm sure he'll get into the flow of the game. One of the things that New York, New Jersey is doing, like I said earlier, they are playing a sort of a nickel defense with 5 defensive backs in the game. You have to figure out a way to solve those problems that they present to you.
And some motion on the left side of the line as Theo Adams came out of his stance.
He actually had a little movement there that time.
So instead of 3rd and 5, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Number 60 offense.
Flex, left, rip, 89.
There you see the movement of Adams.
Let's go.
And you saw Larry Kennan, the head coach of the Monarchs, on the sideline with a call into his quarterback.
Seam hair, split center, ready?
You'll hear both of these offenses using similar terms, but each of these terms mean different things to different offenses. Rip is a blocking scheme for London as opposed to a motion scheme for New York, New Jersey.
Here comes a blitz. Gelbaugh flushed from the pocket.
There he
now
goes.
He's going to run with it. And gives a little ground to try to get some more, and he's got the first down. That's probably as far as he's run in 5 years. 13-yard pickup.
Stan actually ran about 45 to 50 yards to gain 12.
Tony Jones knocked him out, and then Stan had a couple words with somebody on the sideline.
He's a competitor. I will tell you, he has got great running ability. You can see here he does a good job of pocket awareness. Moves out. He can show you his athleticism right here as he turns against the grain. And when you turn against the grain, defenders tend to forget that there are offenders behind them, and it really sets up some nice blocks. Alexander lays one right there for Stan.
Stan's got pretty good wheels, Boomer.
Well, he's faster than me, but that's not saying much.
Fumble. And the Knights have this one. Flanagan lost the ball. And New York, New Jersey now with an opportunity.
You said earlier in the pregame that one of the ways that New York, New Jersey can get on top of this London team and score some points is by forcing the turnovers. London has had 27 turnovers. You can see right here, Flanagan just gets the ball stripped. Defenders, when they're taught to tackle, they're taught to go after that football. Reggie Berry makes a fumble recovery.
After London got their fumble recovery, they got a field goal. That's where we are right now with a 3-0 lead. Let's see what the Knights can do with it from the London 37.
Leave it on.
You can hear Mouse talking to Jeff Graham, telling him to leave it on.
Wilkerson inside. Fights his way to the 29. He got about 8 before Harvey Wilson brought him down.
But he's a tough runner, Brad. I mean, he really lowers his head and takes on the would-be tacklers, delivering a blow. You'll see most running back coaches in practice telling the running backs that you're going to have at times be your own blocker. Lower your shoulder, keep your head up, and deliver the blow. Do not take it.
Second down and 2. That's Gilbreth again. He'll be in motion most of the night from that slot. Graham on second and short has it down to play with and goes for the deep ball. Just overthrew Kip Lewis.
Well, that's one that you don't want to let get away. I know Graham is upset with himself on that particular throw. I would have liked to see Kip Lewis dive for that ball. See how close that is, I'll tell you.
On 2, right? Down or what?
The coach who loves his offense saw that one get away.
Actually, that was a good throw by Graham. Lewis should have had that ball.
Third down. Couple to go for the Knights, and they go with the option. Graham got hit by Lockett. What a collision that was. Jeff will remember that one for a couple of days.
That's not one guy you want to meet on a street corner, my friend.
Whoa.
Quarterbacks aren't supposed to be doing that kind of thing.
He got a few tears in his eyes.
Oh.
I think he's a couple feet short of the first down, too.
I'll tell you what that is. That's Danny Lockett knowing the offense of the New York, New Jersey Knights. I'm sure he has seen on film the Knights run this particular option play. And in practice, I'm sure the defensive coaches for the London Monarchs have told Lockett to listen when Grant comes down the line in a option kind of play. I want you to really drill him, and that's exactly what took place there. This is an interesting dilemma right here for Mouse Davis right now.
Mouse nods his head.
Let's do this now. Let's go. We're okay. Let's go. Load. 30. Load. 39 option. If it goes to zone, just audible to the 4.
All right, here you go. You got load is the formation. You'll see your inside receiver to the right go all the way across the formation.
Load,
39 option.
On 2, right?
Obviously, that tells you what he's going to run another option play. And if he reads zone defense, which is not what he's reading right now, he's not going to audible. He's going to leave it on.
The Knights are 0 for 5 on their 4th down conversions this year with a little over 2 minutes to go in the quarter. This is a big one, and the ball's loose again. And Wilkerson picks it up on the run, and he's going to score. 27 yards, touchdown.
That's your catch, go on.
Wait a minute.
We have a 4th down fumble rule. The only player that can advance a fumble on 4th down is the fumbler. The
That's
runner
right,
did not make the yard to gain. 1st down, London.
Graham's the only guy that could pick that ball up and take it in. That's the old Dave Casper rule from when he was with the Oakland Raiders. And Mouse is saying, hey, now wait a minute. We'll get another look.
I'll tell you, if Graham pitches that ball, Wilkerson's going to go down the sideline.
Down the sideline he does go, but he cannot advance that fumble. So it's 1st down going the other way.
If Jeff Graham releases the pitch on that, Wilkerson's going to go down the sideline.
1:58 remaining 1st quarter. London's ball when we come back.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
It's the Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer. Yes, the beer that won't fill you up. We'll be dancing its can off all summer long. Just visit the display and look for the specially marked cans, and you could instantly win Carver's Ultimate Stereo System, Cost stereo phones, Denon portable CD players, and cassettes from Capitol Records. We know it's only Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer, but we like it.
Take a look at this revolutionary new car wax. Turtle Wax. That's right. New high-tech formula Turtle Wax. The easiest to use bring back the shine 12-month car wax. This is an old beater. Watch. This is a miracle. Nothing shines or protects better than Turtle Wax. We put this car through a year's worth of car washes. Not just any car wash, a saltwater bath. And water still beads. So get new high-tech formula Turtle Wax today.
They say you can see the future in the palm of your hand. Behold, JVC's smallest camcorder ever, with all the right features, from full-range autofocus to low-light sensitivity to title graphics. Plus, it easily plays in your VHS VCR. So at a mere 26 ounces, the future really is in the palm of your hand. JVC, we just made recorded history again.
So the Knights took over at the London 37. They got 9 yards to the 28 and then failed on 4th down. And still, the Knights looking for their first points in London with a 3-point lead here late in the 1st quarter. Gelbaugh over the middle, completes it across the 45. Got it out to Andre Riley. Let's check in with Mick Luckhurst. Mick?
Thanks, Brad. Boomer, you've been in some big games, intense games. You've seen how it's affected the players. After being on both sidelines and at both benches, both teams are a little uptight. You were right when you said that, Brad. I think right now, though, the Monarchs aren't handling it quite as well as the Knights. Maybe that's the home field advantage. Right now, these teams are fired up, and you're seeing a lot of turnovers because of that. Back up to you guys.
All right, Mick, some hard hits from both defenses so far early in this game. 1st down for the Monarchs. Alexander with a big hole and another 1st down as he rambles out 12 yards and into Knights territory at the 42-yard line.
On the previous play, you could see that Stan Gelbaugh was afforded all kinds of time. On the next play, you can see that the offensive line is opening big holes. That just shows you that the domination of the offensive line for the London Monarchs. And how would Mick know anything about hitting? You know, he was a kicker with the Atlanta Falcons.
I think it's from his rugby days or something.
Blue 25.
Back-to-back 1st downs for the Monarchs.
Blue 25.
First with a pass play, and then on the 12-yard run by Alexander. And on 1st down, Gelbaugh back to the air. Flags are down. Garrett made a nice catch and has what would be another 1st down at the 30, but penalty markers are down.
Looks like you're going to have offensive holding.
Number 68 offense.
Larry Jones, the right guard. Let's check in with Diana Nyad and what's going on in our other game tonight. Diana?
All right, you got 14.
All right, Brad, Orlando's on the board already. Following the fake punt for 1st down on the opening drive, Eric Mitchell takes the handoff, gets a couple of good blocks, and then the former Oklahoma Sooner works his magic. Right sideline, down the field, cross field, 43 yards to score first for the Thunder. Let's go back to Brad Nessler.
All right, thanks, Diana. Nice looking run. Thunder in front here. The Monarchs lead by 3.
Blue 95. Set.
1st and 20. Blitz on Gelbaugh. He picks the pass out to Horton. Horton Down the near sideline, has a first down, but again, penalty markers are down.
It's all for naught. You're going to have offensive holding again, it looks like. That time.
Offensive holding, number 70.
That time, New York, New Jersey blitzed everybody. London did a nice job of picking up the blitz, but again, holding negates a big play.
The Bear this time, Paul Baradelli, the left guard.
Take a look at your left guard, number 70. Grabbing onto two guys, trying to pull him down.
Got up under the pads, got a little too much of it in the eyes of the officials, and so back-to-back holding calls, wipe out gains of first 12 yards, and then that would have been a 23-yard pickup.
You know,
that's the quarter.
As the first quarter comes to a close. Well, we got a good game going, hard hitting. And Cats playing over in New York. 3-0, end of one.
If you don't have AT&T 800 service and trouble hits, who knows how long you could be out? Only AT&T automatically protects you through the 800 assurance policy. With AT&T, you would be guaranteed back in touch in 30 minutes or less. With anyone else, who knows? But if you do have AT&T, your 800 service is guaranteed. That's not all. Since AT&T connects calls 25% faster and has the fewest block calls, more 800 calls get through, so you can make more sales. With all that, why choose any other 800 service? Better service, better results. Another AT&T advantage. Call now for free installation.
What you're about to see is a sim. Brushstrokes, runs, streaks. Now consider the new Wagner Power Painter. It has patented controls for precision, a convenient backpack for big jobs. It paints smoothly and evenly over cracks and tough surfaces. Why did we ruin this beauty? So you wouldn't ruin this one. Wagner, not just a whole lot faster, a whole lot better.
Back of the Meadowlands, 3-0. The London Monarchs out in front right now, and defense is just taking over this game, Boomer.
Well, I'll tell you what, turnovers and defense are the name of this game. The team who plays the best defense usually wins, and the team who turns the ball over the most usually loses. That's easy for all of us to say. You don't have to be an expert to know that, and that's exactly what's taking place so far tonight for both teams.
The Knights, one of the best in the business at stealing the football, number 2 in the league in turnover ratio. They'd love to get one here on 1st and long. The screen pass out to Alexander, broke a tackle, and he's going to get back into Knights territory at the 48-yard line. Pickup of 15 on that little screen pass to Jeff Alexander. Let's take a look at the first quarter statistics. Pretty even with the score almost even as well. Just the field goal on the board. Time of possession close. It's been a defensive battle, a turnover each. London turned their fumble recovery into a 29-yard field goal, and New York was unable to. On a 4th down conversion, they dropped the ball. And so Stan Gelbaugh and the Monarchs lead 3-0. Gelbaugh to the near side to Riley. And Riley gets it to the 35-yard line, where it's going to be a manageable 3rd down and 4.
I'll tell you, Stan Gelbaugh took a wicked hit that time as he delivered the ball. Joe Campbell really lays the wood to Stan Gelbaugh. You can see this. Stan does a nice job of standing in. One of the things about being a quarterback, you have to be fearless at times, and bam. He really lowers him right down on his shoulder.
We've had some big hits. That was one. Lockett's crunch on Graham earlier was another. It's 3rd and 4 here for London. Blitz coming. Alexander will take it outside, and the Knights defense spreads it out nicely and drops him for a yard loss. They will pursue on you, won't they, Bowman?
They sure will. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't doubt that Stan Gelbaugh is a little shooken up right now.
That's Joe Herring, the defensive coordinator for the Knights, calling the shots on the sidelines for his defense.
And that's a play where they would normally throw the ball, but I think Larry Kennan said that, realized that Stan Gelbaugh was hurt a little bit, banged up a little bit.
There you see best in the world league and only 3.4 given up, and now London's got to kick it away.
Stan's actually moving his left shoulder around like it's a little stiff. The trainer's checking it right now.
Horn lays up a lazy kick. London may have a play on this. Not quite. So New York will take over at its own 20-yard line. We come back, and you can see Stan Gelbaugh a little shaken on the London sideline. 3-0 Monarchs.
Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
From the Far East to Europe. Across the Caribbean and throughout North America, only one airline covers so much of the world with so much warmth.
When you buy Valvoline motor oil, you get quality, and now, great taste. Buy 12 quarts of Valvoline motor oil and buy 12 cans of any Coca-Cola product. We'll pay for the Coca-Cola product. People who know use Valvoline.
Living, no better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm down here with a couple of chaps. Who are you supporting today?
London Monarchs, of course.
How on earth did you get involved with American football living in England?
By watching your program on Channel 4, English channel television.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't pay him, Boomer. Back up to you guys.
How self-serving was that, huh?
Oh, man.
Plus, you saw David Adine on the sideline, who apparently didn't get to the club today to work out. Over there on the bike, just trying to keep the hamstrings loose. Jeff Graham gets it to Wilkerson. Nice little skip out to the 29-yard line. Pickup of about 9. Graham took a shot but got rid of it.
Okay, both of these defenses are really flying all over the place, making big plays, giving the quarterbacks all kinds of headaches. So I wonder how seriously Stan Gelbaugh is hurt. He hurt his left shoulder.
He's back over by Larry Kennett on the sideline. We saw him going to the break, sitting on the bench, but he's back over there, helmet in hand. Second and short, a yard to go. Gilbreth in motion.
Opposite. Check, green one. Green one.
There's the audible by Graham. And he took too much time making it. And he let Roy Hart know that he didn't appreciate the rush after the penalty.
Well, you know, Roy Hart's been in his face all evening.
Number 9 offense.
I think I'd take a little exception to that, too.
Let's take a look at what Roy did after the whistles blew.
You know, I'll tell you what. I mean, you're in the middle of everything. You got quarterbacks yelling at you, centers yelling at you, guards cutting your knees.
Boy, and this time, no whistles. And hustling in there with a sack is Ken Solly on the blitz.
So this is exactly the way I thought that they were going to play them all night long, was going to be blitzing and blitzing. But they're doing a nice job of mixing up the defense, confusing Jeff Graham a little bit. He has no time to get rid of this ball. I mean, there's really nothing he can do about that. That's the perfect defense for that particular call. Sometimes the defense is going to win.
After the penalty and the sack, they're back behind the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down and almost 13 to go for Graham and the Knights offense. Over the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Charles Lockett. Nice hit back there in the secondary by Corus Irvin. Popped the ball loose, and the Knights will have to punt it.
Threw the ball a little bit behind Lockett, but Irvin did a nice job of stripping the ball from Lockett's hands. Something as a quarterback, you would hope that your receiver would make a little play like that, but sometimes defenders, you got to give them credit too. I mean, he came in and he actually just ripped the ball out of his hands.
Liljadal with the punt.
The dangerous punt, low spiral.
Backs up Brinson. He gives some ground, looking for some help, and now heads to the sideline, and Brinson's got room down the near sideline. Good looking return to midfield, as he got about 21 yards on the return. And some more chippiness down there between the two teams. I don't think they like each other that much, Boomer.
This looks like the Bengals versus the Oilers, for crying out loud.
10:46 to go, first half. The Monarchs lead 3-0 as we look at the Brooklyn Bridge. We'll be right back.
This year, 38% of all travelers will visit a city they've never been to before. To make sure they're 100% comfortable at home and abroad, Holiday Inn has created Crown Plaza. The amenities of a big city hotel with the warmth of Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn Crown Plaza. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
I'm trying to call overseas. I think I remember the number, but... So I call the operator. But it's another long-distance company, and she can't give me an international number. Hey, AT&T does. She says, you're not dealing with AT&T.
If you miss dealing with AT&T, it's easier than ever to come back. Just call 1-800-621-0900 right now, and we'll switch you back for free.
They kept saying how much money I'd save. Then I get the first bill. I'm not kidding. I thought it was a typo. I mean, where were the big savings?
People who thought they could do better than AT&T are coming back for the real value. You can too. It's simple. Just call now and come back for free.
Takes longer getting through, but I'm saving a ton, right? Wrong.
You gotta read the fine print. I couldn't believe it.
You're not dealing with AT&T.
Oh, I am now. 1-800-621-0900 for dependable, crystal clear AT&T long-distance service. Call now and we'll switch you for free. You couldn't pick a better time to come back.
Budweiser presents USA Tuesday Night Fights. Returns June 4th.
So far tonight, it's been Saturday night at the fights with these two defenses. Stan Gelbaugh, Mick Luckers tells us a bruised shoulder, but he's, as you can see, in there with the London Monarchs offense at midfield. And Stan going deep for Horton. His deep ball threat has got it. And out at the 14-yard line.
I'll tell you, Stan threw a flutter ball. Every now and then you need a little bit of luck, and Horton does a nice job of going up after the ball. One of the most dangerous plays on offense versus a defensive cornerback who's going to run man-to-man is the underthrown go, and this is exactly what this is. Horton does a nice job of stopping for the ball.
He makes as good adjustment, I think, on the ball as anybody we've seen in the league. Boomer, he's got 5 catches of 40 yards or more this year. That one was good for 37.
Looks like Stan shot that one out of a cannon.
Gelbaugh to throw again. This one complete, and a penalty marker down as Tony Sargent hauls that one in inside the 10-yard line, but again, flags down.
Illegal formation, number 67 offense.
What that means is the tackle on the right side of the line, Steve Gabbard, Gabbard, lined off the line of scrimmage. There he is. Again, offensive linemen just hate when they hear their number called, because when they hear their number called, that means they did something wrong. It's the only time they ever get noticed.
Larry Kinnan, unbeaten as a head coach of the London Monarchs.
Blue
First
77!
and 15.
Blue 77! Set!
Here comes a blitz. Gelbaugh to the corner to Horton. Can't quite pull it in. Nice job that time by Tony Jones, the cornerback.
It's a nice throw by Stan, too. The only one that was going to catch it was going to be Horton. Jones had no opportunity to catch that ball. Horton was the only one. Horton only got one hand on it. See right here. Tell you what, Horton can get up. It would put him in a slam dunk contest.
Second down and 15. The ball at the Knights' 18-yard line. London with a lead, 3-0. We've got less than 10 minutes to go, first half. Again, the pressure coming from the Knights, and the pass in and out of the hands of Judd Garrett. Big hit back there, and a little talking going on from James Howard.
The way defenders are supposed to play, rough, tough, and let you know about it. And one thing that I can sense from watching the Knights defense is that they probably feel that they've banged Stan around a little bit, that he's probably a little bit hurt, and they are blitzing almost on every play. They are sending at least 6 guys. And every ball Stan delivers, he has somebody in his face.
The Knights came into this one as you look at Joe Herring.
See, they got trips.
They came into the game as the number 2 club in the World League in sacks. Incomplete as again the pressure came this time from the secondary. Safety blitz by James Howard.
I'll tell you the one thing that London has not been able to dissect is the defensive formations that the Knights are giving them. Again, they've been playing against them mainly with a nickel defense, meaning that they've taken out 1 linebacker and brought in an extra defensive back. And I mean, and they're blitzing from all over the place.
Alexander 7 out of 10, including the kick that put London on the board of 29 yards. This one from 36 yards away. High snap handled nicely, and this one sails a little left on him. So the Knights defense does its job again. And London, with that high-powered number 1 ranked offense, struggling a little bit here at the Meadowlands tonight. 8 minutes, 28 seconds to go second quarter. Still 3-0 London.
Tying the knot, huh? That's a big step. Well, the next thing you know, you'll be buying a house. Just call me. We have lots of ways to help you there.
Oh, I've always wanted a nice little Cape Cod.
Ow! Then comes the pitter-patter of little feet.
Hey, we're gonna need this.
And things are gonna happen that you just can't predict. But you're protected. You just call me first and I'll put things right.
Your neighborhood Allstate agent, always on hand to take care of the things life hands you. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The action is hotter.
He's messy, but he's fun at parties.
The stakes are higher.
Julia Trevor. She's going on another one.
The effects are twice as dangerous.
So what do we do now? First, we have another drink.
Brian Brown.
Cue ball, corner pocket.
Brian Dennehy.
Gotcha.
FX2, The Deadly Art of Illusion. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
It's the Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer. Yes, the beer that won't fill you up. We'll be dancing its can off all summer long. Just visit the display and look for the specially marked cans, and you could instantly win Carver's Ultimate Stereo System, Boss stereo phones, Denon portable CD players, and cassettes from Capitol Records. We know it's only Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer, but we like it.
It's a battle of the running backs when John Birch and the Raleigh-Durham Skyhawks take on Elroy Harris and the Montreal Machine. World League Football on USA Monday.
Following the missed field goal, the Knights take over from their own 20-yard line, trailing 3-0. Graham, only 4 out of 10 throwing the ball tonight. Make it 5 of 11. And a first down. Monty Gilbreth got over and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Jeff Graham, one of our leading quarterbacks, along with Stan Gelbaugh, as we look at the World League Silver Bullet passing leaders through the 7th week of action. Scott Ernie, who's been injured, might have trouble getting his job back the way Tony Rice is playing for Barcelona right now. There's our Coors Silver Bullet passing leaders. Ultimately, an award of $2,500 to each leading quarterback and receiver, from Coors to the Literacy Foundation of the player's hometown. On first down, Graham with plenty of time. Ran out of time. Finally got it out complete. And Marlon Brown's draped all over Kip Lewis.
The one thing we have seen in this league with the no in the grasp rule, a lot of these quarterbacks have made plays after they've had guys hanging on them. Here's the life of the nose tackle right here.
Well, he got hit first by Pete Scott, and then there was a bunch of traffic, and then he got cut by Eric Wilkerson.
I bet that you could pay me enough money to play that position.
Second down and 5. Graham in trouble. Hart's got him, and we're going to get a great shot of number 9 going down, and Graham is hurt, in fact.
Let me tell you something. Hart just made up for the last play. And unfortunately for us quarterbacks, we're usually the brunt of that retaliation. Remember, Hart was in the accident the play before, getting cut and knocked down. This time, Saley comes in, needs to make that tackle. But here comes Hart, and he's going to drill ram to the ground.
Helmet to helmet and then down to chest. Here's how it looks. Oh, man. 3rd down and 12. Jeff, get out of the game. Found his man over the middle. Big hit. And they're going to say incomplete as they scramble for the ball, as Lewis didn't have control of that thing.
I'll tell you, both of these defenses are taking out all their frustrations on the opposing offense. That time, not only did they hit the receiver and drop the ball, but they also hit the lineman who picked up the ball off the ground.
Let's see how close this was to a completion. Lewis, and Crossman puts a helmet right on the ball. He didn't get that second step in there. I think a good call, and it'll force another New York, New Jersey punt. Bob Liljadal, his 4th punt of the night.
The MVP of this night could be the punter that has the best night.
Dana Brinson dropped the ball, and the Knights have it. Brinson had it bounce right off his head.
Take a look at his eyes right here. He shuts his eyes. Dana, what are you doing?
Oh, what a great shot that is, though. That's the reason he dropped the ball. And the fumble recovery, Alan Champagne popped the corks. The Knights have a great opportunity here at the 27-yard line of London. Trailing 3-0. Wilkerson. He was 1 man away from being off to the races. You got to give Dedrick Dodge some credit for coming up and stuffing that a little bit. Then he got help from his friends.
Do it. Load 60, Z-Choice Special. Let's go.
Okay, here you go. Load 60, Z-Choice Special. They're going to
block the
inside receiver on the right will go across the formation in motion. Jeff will roll to his right, and the receiver outside to the right will have his choice of running an out pattern or an in pattern. Probably will run an out pattern.
Graham looks that way. Now he's in trouble, and down he goes again at the 28-yard line. The 5th sack of the night. And Roy Hart, number 75.
Ball's got to come out, Jeff, because you're not getting any time. If it isn't there, you got to get it out.
See, what Mouse is telling Jeff right now is that he actually had Cornell Burbridge.
61-33. If it turns to blitz, go 961.
The beauty about this helmet to coach microphone is that he can tell the quarterback actually what to audible to if he reads a blitz. There is no blitz here.
3rd and 12. The gives to Wilkerson.
Oh, man.
And he got crunched by Crossman again and cartwheels backward to about the 26-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Crossman really hit him.
They ought to call him Crosshair instead of Crossman because he's always got the target set to deliver a ball. Here it comes.
See, Wilkerson actually tried to jump and turn his back. Dangerous play by Wilkerson right there. He can hurt himself.
Tell you what, they could put a highlight film just from this game together of some of the biggest hits of the year in the World League. And now we've got late penalty flags all over the place as these two teams are really jawing and pushing and everything.
Derek Dodge has got to be careful.
Thanks, Brad. Ron, you were just saying to me that the guys are uptight and they're not doing what they need to do. Is there a lot of animosity between these two teams?
Oh, yeah, there's a heck of a lot of animosity. You know, in the first game, we thought the refs had a hell of a lot of bad calls, and we had a block punt, interception on 1-yard line. I think right now we're playing a little bit too tight. We got to go out there and play our game, and we got to relax a little more, and we got to try and just get after some football and quit worrying about who they are, because to me, they're just another team now.
This has been a defensive game so far. What are you throwing at them? Anything different?
No, I figured both defenses are very good. You know, I think our defense is giving up a little bit more than what we wanted to right now, but we're going to shut them down, we're going to relax, and we're going to play some football.
All right, good luck with the rest of the game.
Thank you.
We have offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct fouls on 33 of the defense and offset on the offense. 4th down.
We don't get the call on who the offense was, but Dedrick Dodge is gone for a couple of plays from the London defense. Their free safety, who's one of the big hitters back there. And you can see what Dedrick thinks of it on the sideline. So he's gone for a couple of plays. Meanwhile, Trainer in to attempt the field goal. Picked up this week as Barry Belli was cut from the club. And we've seen Kendall Trainer earlier in the year. 8 out of 13. 38-yard field goal. to try to tie things up. Trainer pushed it to the right. And Mouse Davis is going to love that. He wasn't crazy about his last kicker. I don't think he likes that kick either. His team trails by 3.
Take a look at this revolutionary new car wax. Turtle Wax. That's right, new high-tech formula Turtle Wax. The easiest to use bring back the shine 12-month car wax. This is an old beater. Watch. This is a miracle. Nothing shines or protects better than Turtle Wax. We put this car through a year's worth of car washes. Not just any car wash, a saltwater bath. And water still beads. So get new high-tech formula Turtle Wax today.
When you grow up with a swimming pool in your backyard, the world's largest sandbox, and seats to the finest concerts, your standards tend to be rather high, especially when it comes to coconuts. And the favorite in paradise is the Calapuno, sweetened by the sun and moistened by the mist. Only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with chocolate. It's the taste of paradise.
Power Stick Antiperspirant. It gives a man what he needs to excel. Power. Control. Power Stick. Stroke for stroke, 50% more power. 50% more odor and wetness fighters. 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. All day, all night, Power Stick. Now in cool scent and active sport.
Probably with the exception of a couple of cheerleaders around the NFL, the 2 most well-known blondes in the league. To my left, Phil Simms has joined us. Phil, good to see you.
Oh, well, thank you. Good to be here. Watching a football game from a different perspective than usual for me.
Well, good. Stick around for a few plays here.
All
Gelbaugh and the London Monarchs, their own 21-yard line. London's had trouble getting it going on offense tonight. Gelbaugh's got a man open, just overshot his intended receiver. Zipped it out, intended for Dana Brinson, who couldn't quite get to it.
So how you feeling, Phil?
Well, I'm doing okay. I feel better now. Had a lot of time off, and 2 more months before we start up again, so I'm hoping I'll be 100% by then.
Going to be a little different camp for you this time in training camp, now that you missed the last few games last year. A little more competition, huh?
Oh, well, sure. There's going to be competition. There always is, but more so this year because of what's transpired since I set out. But just go and do the best I can and hope things work out.
What situation with Bill Parcells? We hear so much. What's the latest from the players' standpoint? Anything new?
I don't know. I thought maybe Bill would be up here tonight instead of me. I don't know.
Well, the word is he's tried out with NBC. I don't know if that's a ploy by his agent or what, but here's a screen pass. Alexander gets it out across the 25, and we got flag football going on a little bit now. How about your impression of the World League so far, Phil? And tonight we're seeing basically 2 of the best. One 7-0, and the Knights now with a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the play tonight. I think that
number 80 offense.
I think that as the season's gone along, the play has really picked up, and I think they're executing a lot better now than they did early in the year. And they did have short training camps, and it's a different time of year for a lot of guys to be playing football. So. No question, the caliber of play has picked up drastically in the last couple of weeks.
You might see some of these players in training camp. We understand there's about 12 scouts at the game tonight. I think the Giants have 3 of them here.
Yeah. Well, I saw George Young over there scouting them out, so.
We had George in the booth last time we had a game here.
Just as long as they're not looking for quarterbacks. Am I right or what?
I think there'll be a few of these quarterbacks go back on the NFL rosters, too.
With all the penalties, 2nd down and 18 now. And the Monarchs trying to keep it on the ground to surprise the Knights, and no surprise at all.
I'll tell you what, Phil, there's been a lot of controversy the last couple of weeks on who won the garbage can toss on the Letterman show, you or me. And, when I was there, they told me I won. And when you were there, they told you won. I think that they are like, trying to feed our egos. And then after we leave, they say that they won.
I can't follow that. All I know is I won, Boomer. I don't have to pick up from I just talk about myself. I can't worry about you.
All right, Phil, good to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you much, guys.
A little over 3 minutes to go. Gelbaugh That's intercepted. Jones has it. Just took it away from the London receiver, who is still down. That's Horton. Turnovers have been the key tonight. And Horton getting up slow.
Stand through that ball a little bit inside. He kept it low. Nice play by Tony Jones. Stan again was harassed in the pocket. Threw that ball a little bit.
I wrote lyrics and taught brothers tricks. I'm picking it up and ripping it up and leaving the mic in the mix. Number one, having fun. Night till the sun. Yes, it's Jeremy 91. Like that. And peace.
Real is what we do. Real thing. Get the feel of the real. Coca-Cola Classic.
Not only did he cause the fumble, but he had enough awareness to realize that Graham didn't have the ball.
5th turnover of the night. So London gets it back with 2:13 to play in the first half. And a draw play. Alexander got a couple, maybe 3.
Take it down to the 2-minute warning.
Marlatt made the tackle, and we indeed are at the 2-minute warning in a hard-hitting football game. 3-0. London still in front.
The Boz. He's an undercover cop with his own way of turning up the heat.
Just picked up the wrong passenger, buddy.
And when he decides to chill out, he's stone cold.
And then some.
Brian Bosworth. Stone Cold. Rated R. Starts Friday at select theaters.
If I were going to create the perfect place, I'd start with the north. I would carve out rivers and rolling hills, then ride the moon south and warm the skies with a tropical sun. I would dot the west with little hometowns and fill the east with excitement. Right in the middle, I'd put a great big playground. I would surround it all with water, from coast to coast to coast. And I'd give it a name, Florida.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the World League, and by Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and Mick Luckhurst at the Meadowlands, where the New York, New Jersey Knights just turned it over again. Reggie Williams looking on, the general manager of the New York, New Jersey team.
Scratching his head. But I tell you what, Reggie was a defensive player with us in Cincinnati. He's got to be happy with the way his defense has been playing.
Let's be strong at the line of scrimmage now. Keep out of my face, all right? Let's go.
Stan Gelbaugh just said, keep him out of my face. Let's be strong on the front wall there.
Well, you know, I think guys need a little bit of encouragement during the game. That's one of the things that Larry Kennan said that Stan does very well.
Blue 77! Blue 77!
Says he's an excellent leader. Let's see if he can lead the Monarchs down the field the last 2 minutes of this quarter. Gelbaugh steps up, goes deep, far sideline, man open, it's intercepted. That one just hung up way too long. Philanda Newton's got his 6th interception of the year.
Philanda did a nice job. That time they were playing zone defense. Philanda just stayed over top. Stan never saw him. That's a ball that you have to drill on the line to get it in there. And actually, that was about a 40-yard throw. Threw it off his back foot. You can see Philanda coming out of his zone, making a nice play.
Philanda Newton was the second to last defensive back chosen in the World League draft. And he says, hey, you know, being drafted lower isn't necessarily worse because he's making the same amount of money as some of the guys that got picked early. And he just got his 6th interception of the season. So the Knights with another opportunity before the break to get some points. Graham steps up, fires to an open man. Burbage, nice catch. And he got out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 28-yard pass play.
That time he had good pass protection. Tell you, give any quarterback that type of protection, he's going to complete his passes. The defensive backs cannot run with the wide receivers no matter what league you're in for over 4.5 seconds. So he's just standing there studying, does a nice job stepping up and throwing the ball. Burbridge does a good job of reaching down to pick it up. Good hands.
First down. Here comes that full blitz, and down goes Graham again. Danny Lockett.
I think if I'm London, I just keep on bringing the blitz. New York, New Jersey has not handled it thus far tonight. There's no reason to stop right now.
6 weeks ago, they had 9 sacks against the Knights. They've got 7 already, and Lockett's the World League leader, and here he comes.
The thing that drives me crazy is when you get inside of 2 minutes, why the defenses change all of a sudden. I mean, all of a sudden they said we're going to start playing that prevent defense. It doesn't prevent anything. It prevents your team from winning, actually.
Graham in trouble again. Marlon Brown's got him. Brown's there first, and then Lockett helps him clean up, and the outside linebackers of London have decided they don't want New York, New Jersey on the board before halftime.
Tell you one thing that you can see on both of these defensive sides of the football, that they are absolutely trying to strip the ball from the receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks. This is offensive, defensive football. Does that make any sense to you, Brad?
I got you. 3rd down and 18. Graham running for his life again. The general direction of Lewis and Wilkerson, and it is 4th down. So after the big pass play to Burbridge, it looked like maybe the Knights could get some points before the break, but thanks to Lockett and company, they're going to have to give it up.
You said one of the keys for the London defense is to put a lot of heat on Jeff Graham, and that's one of the things that they've done with their blitzing tonight.
Oddly enough, Miles Davis told me yesterday he didn't think London would blitz as often as they did in the first matchup 6 weeks ago, and you called it the pregame, Boomer. They are bringing it after Graham, and it's working so far. Have a chance to down this punt? Not quite. Touchback with 49 seconds remaining in the half. The Knights only once have been shut out this season, and that was in week 1 in Barcelona. They started on the road. Boy, did they ever. Barcelona, and then it was at Wembley. But 4 straight wins now. They're 4-3. Let's check in on our other game. Diana Nyad's got an update for us.
Brad, down in Orlando, Sacramento's playing catch-up. Mike Elkins looking for his premier receiver, Carl Parker. He finds him 24 yards on the catch, but 1 yard short of the TD. Next play, Paul Frazier takes it in. It's 14-7 Orlando. Let's go back to Brad.
All right, good one going there. A lot more points than we have tonight in this one. 3-0. London in front as the clock winds its way toward the end of the half. Alexander on the carry.
I think if I'm London and I'm New York right now, I'm just happy to get out of this half with both my quarterbacks alive. They've taken some vicious hits tonight.
Two fucking hands.
There'll be guys taking some Advil at halftime, I think.
There's Stan telling his running back to hold on to the football and making sure that
Blue 95
listens to what he says.
Sort of what he said.
Blue 95. Set. Hut.
Alexander off the right side, got it out near the 29-yard line, and that is just about going to do it for half number 1 at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Don't forget, Diana will be along. Our Reebok halftime report. Look at Stan Gelbaugh. We'll see some highlights, and a lot of them will be defensive hits, I'm sure, in a 3-0 first half. So the unbeaten London Monarchs have the edge, but not by much. And we've got a lot of football yet to go as New York, New Jersey trying to run their winning streak to 5 games. The London Monarchs trying to remain perfect at 8-0 and keep their 1-game edge in the European division. Halftime at the Meadowlands. It is 3-0. London out in front, and Mick Luckhurst down on the field with Mouse Davis. Mick.
Thanks, Brad. Mouse, before the game you told me you've got to protect your quarterback, not turnovers. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, we haven't protected him at all. We're just turning people loose through the gaps. We're getting beat when they're just bringing a 4-man rush. We've blocked about as poorly as we've ever blocked, or they're vastly superior to our up front people. We got people open all over the field, but we got to have just a little time to throw it. If we get a little time, then we'll be all right. We need just to shore it up.
It's 3-0 right now. You've changed kickers. This could be a kicking game. What is your thoughts on
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you could have kicked that one, couldn't you? Jeez, that was wide open. We just need to do it. Kind of swallow the olive. You just got to do the deal. That's when a kicker lines up. He's got to make those kicks.
What are you going to say to the guys at halftime?
Well, we got to shore up up front. That's what we got to do. We do that, then we got a chance.
All right, good luck in the second half. Brad, Boomer.
All right, so a missed kick and one that was made. That's what we've got at halftime. 3-0. The Monarchs lead. We'll be back.
Stop Ricky Henderson.
When something on your mind,
This could get ugly.
or something you eat,
Look at that jump.
gives you acid indigestion, it's time for extra strength Rolaids. Fast, 1,000 milligrams strong. Now that spells relief.
The time has finally come for the cordless power roller from Wagner. Now you control the flow of paint. So the Wagner power roller can cut jobs in half. Smoothly and evenly, it can cover areas twice as fast. And cleanup is a snap. So you can finish one job and do another. Get your hands on a real value, because the value of Wagner keeps on rolling.
Of all the personalized services offered by the American Express Gold Card, maybe the most significant is the first, application. You make one phone call, and if you qualify, all that's required is your signature. No forms to fill out, just a conversation. A simple demonstration of how easy many things will become when you're a Gold Card member. The American Express Gold Card. To get an idea of the kind of personalized service you can expect when you carry the Gold Card, call up and apply. Everything is done for you over the phone. If you qualify, you just sign the acceptance form when it arrives in the mail. 1-800-THE-GOLD. A preview of how it feels to be a Gold Card member. The American Express Gold Card.
The Reebok Halftime Report, brought to you by the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up, and they're out. Reporting from New York, here's Diana Nyad.
Hi there, welcome to our halftime report here on USA. You know, a slew of famous quarterbacks that come from western Pennsylvania: Johnny Unitas, Namath, Montana, Marino, Kelly, even the quarterback of the current Super Bowl champ Giants, Jeff Hostetler. And right now, coming out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, is the name Gelbaugh. Stan Gelbaugh is the highest-rated quarterback in the World League. He has 15 touchdowns, 1,934 yards passing, and the pro scouts, NFL that is, are looking at Stan Gelbaugh again.
Quarterback. I believe that's in rugby.
Stan who?
Stan Gelbaugh.
He's the bloke that gets past the ball and sets up all the plays.
They're just getting to know Stan Gelbaugh over in England. Little do they know that their quarterback could very easily become the MVP of the World League. Stan the man and his team are undefeated, and Wembley Stadium happens to be their home.
Wembley over there is a real big deal. You know, you can play soccer over there for a decade and never make it to Wembley. And we play all our home games there, so people were really surprised by that. The first time we ran out there, it was kind of an awesome feeling because of the history of the stadium, you know, and it was a first home game for a new team in a new country.
Stan's success in London began with a 97-yard touchdown pass. It's a welcome change from his experience in the NFL. He was drafted by Dallas, sat behind Jim Kelly in Buffalo, spent a mini-camp in Cincinnati, and never got to play in a game.
I would have known to call it quits if I hadn't had success in this league. I was close to having success in Buffalo, and for several different reasons, I got cut, and I tried out in Cincinnati, and I got cut there, and I decided, that it was done. And when I had this one more chance, now maybe I think it's maybe not done, and I'm only 28, so I'm hardly over the hill.
I think one of the reasons Stan has been so successful is because, he has NFL background, and he really is head and shoulders above a lot of the quarterbacks in the league in terms of just poise and his leadership on the field. And I think the fact that he was with Buffalo for 2 seasons, he was with Dallas, and he was with the Cincinnati Bengals have helped him.
Boomer and I go back to 1981, whenever we were both, that was my first year at Maryland. Boomer was, I think, a redshirt sophomore. And so we spent a couple of years together at Maryland, and we've remained friends throughout the years.
I don't know if you faced a defense quite like that. I mean, they blitz a lot and they come after you, you know? I mean, so.
Well, you know, got an answer for that. Screens and draws. When he's doing the broadcasts, I can give him a little inside information and know that he won't go tell the other guys, you know. So that helps him too.
Boomer appreciates the inside information in the booth, and Stan's teammates feel like they're heading for the World Bowl because of their winning quarterback.
Big thing is, he has faith in us and we have faith in him, and we all have a certain chemistry on the field.
Oh, man, you heard the saying, Stan the man? Well, Stan is the man. He is by far a leader on the field. He's a field general.
With all this support, Stan Gelbaugh has a new lease on the game. He's the best quarterback in the league. He's performing better than ever and feeling quite at home playing for a new team in an old country.
Now when I run out there, you know, the feeling is really kind of like, hey, we're home, you know. We got everybody behind us. And, it just feels real good, like, you know that the fans are there behind you and they want to see you win, and, you just feel like you're defending your own backyard.
If London makes the World Bowl, which is going to take place in London on June 9th, the fans of the Monarchs say that they are going to pack Wembley Stadium and scream "Stan the man" at the top of their lungs. You know, London's involved in a very tight race in the strong European division at the moment. And today they kept a very careful eye on Barcelona, who came in only one game behind them into the weekend. And this is what went down between Barcelona and San Antonio. The Barcelona fans were too cool at kickoff time. Up 7-0 in the second, Barcelona's Tony Rice is blindsided. Linebacker Roderick Manning recovers the fumble, evidently no whistle. He jogs into the end zone. But there's confusion on both sides. Barcelona coach Jack Bicknell is steamed. But the TD is called good. San Antonio's defense ties the game 7-7. 3:25 to go in the game. San Antonio down by 3. It's picked off. Charles Fryer sets Barcelona up for this action just 3 plays later. The Dragons ice it when Tony Rice fires the quick slant to Gene Taylor. Taylor beats his man for 35 yards in the touchdown, and Barcelona's 7-1 record puts the pressure on London. We'll return to Brad Nessler and Boomer Esiason at the Meadowlands right after these messages. You're watching the World League on USA.
Sinbad here, going to the court. See, this is where legends are made, outdoors. I got on my black top shoes, the first kicks built for the outside games. Let me tell you about the outdoor game. You can shoot from anywhere when you play outdoors. There ain't no rules. How do you know when you're out of bounds when you play outdoors? If you hit that trash can, you went too far. You can't take no charge outside. You get a foot in your chest. That's what happens. Pay your dues outdoors, man. Reebok, black top shoes. You seen it? Now go play outside. I got about a 40-inch vertical since I've been wearing these shoes. About a 40, all right, about a 37-inch. I got about a 30.
With every step, your child gets closer and closer to the problem of drug and alcohol abuse. Don't let it happen. Find out about drug abuse resistance education, or DARE America. It's an in-school program where community police officers teach kids how to say no to drugs the first time and every time. Support DARE America before your child gets too close to the edge. KFC is proud to be a national sponsor of DARE America.
Sinbad here, going to the court. See, this is where legends are made, outdoors. I got on my black top shoes, the first kicks built for the outside games. Let me tell you about the outdoor game. You can shoot from anywhere when you play outdoors. There ain't no rules. How do you know when you're out of bounds when you play outdoors? If you hit that trash can, you went too far. You can't take no charge outside. You get a foot in your chest. That's what happens. Pay your dues outdoors, man. Reebok, black top shoes. You seen it? Now go play outside. I got about a 40-inch vertical since I've been wearing these shoes. About a 40, all right, about a 37-inch. I got about a 30.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mick Luckhurst. I'm in the locker room of the London Monarchs. They're leading 3-0 right now over the New York, New Jersey Knights. I'm down here with Stan Gelbaugh. Stan, what's the story on your shoulder?
Well, I landed on it pretty early in the ball game with a guy on top of me, and they're checking to see how bad it is, you know, whether it's separated or whether it's just a little bit of a sprain. And if they let me go, I plan to go out and go.
It's an intense game, isn't it? Why is there so much animosity between you two teams?
Well, I guess we just don't like each other. You know, we stand in each other's way for what we want. You know, we both want to win the game and get in the playoffs and win the World Bowl. And you know, you got pretty good defenses out there right now. They're playing well, and the offenses really aren't. So it's going to be a dogfight right down the end.
If Witkowski goes in, what does it change?
Well, you know, John just hasn't been in the crucial situations, but he's an experienced guy, and hopefully he'll get the job done if he has to.
All right. Well, good luck with that, and I hope it goes well in the second half, and I hope you're back in. Back up to you, Brad.
All right, Mick, thank you very much. So a big story there, the World League's leading quarterback in the locker room with ice on the left shoulder, and that puts some pressure on Witt. John Witkowski will come in at quarterback now for London. London's had a hard time getting their offense going. Boomer, in New York virtually has none in the first half.
Well, both of these teams we knew had strong defenses, but I never expected that these defenses are really going to control the game. London's defense has not even given a chance to Jeff Graham and the offense of the Knights. Now, on the other side, Witkowski, he was the starting quarterback for the London Monarchs coming into the season. He's experienced. He's been around as well. He can handle it.
All right, London, their big quarter is always the third quarter. We'll see if they have a big third quarter here. They lead 3-0, just about set for the start of the second half.
What's going on?
Just yesterday morning,
James Taylor,
they let me know you
Paul
were
Simon,
home.
Carly Simon, Jim Croce, plus 28 more sensational artists for the first time in one special collection. Singers and songwriters, the words, the music, the songs that inspired a generation.
And with bats in the cradle and the silver spoon,
Flows and flows of angel hair.
I'm a walking in the rain.
If I could save time in a bottle,
But the mother and child reunion.
You'll love Singers and Songwriters on 4 LPs or 2 cassettes, $19.99. 2 CDs, $24.99.
Ain't it good to know you got a friend?
To order, call 1-800-688-1600 or send just $19.99 for 4 LPs or 2 cassettes or $24.99 for 2 compact discs, plus $4 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Set for the start of the second half at the Meadowlands, where the Monarchs lead the New York, New Jersey Knights 3-0. And the kick goes to Dana Brinson at the 9-yard line. The only guy in the league that's got a kickoff return for a touchdown. He's going only to the 21-yard line, thanks to Champagne on the special team again. Halftime statistics. Turnover's a big story. 6 in this ball game.
You can see the total yards for New York, New Jersey are practically non-existent.
How about only 3 first downs, huh? London with only 5, and they lead the World League in first downs coming into this, and they lead the World League in offense, and you'd never know it from those stats.
You take a look at London at the bottom there, you can see they have 8 sacks in the first half. They have found a way to solve the problems that the run and shoot presents for opposing defenses.
You called it. Don't give the quarterback any time. Here's a new quarterback for London with Stan Gelbaugh, the World League leader, with a bad left shoulder. Enter John Witkowski. As Boomer said, he started the first game out of Columbia.
Right here from Long Island, he's sort of a homecoming for John. I'm sure he's going to want to really play well here for the home folk.
London from its own 11-yard line. There's a penalty story on the night. Witkowski to throw. Screen to Garrett. Judd Garrett picks up his blockers. First down, and he's still on his feet, and Judd Garrett's all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's a nice way to get Witkowski into the game. Little screen pass. You know that the Knights have been very aggressive on defense, especially in their pass rush. One way to nullify that is by running the screen.
Coming up, Raleigh-Durham and Montreal on Monday night. Tim Brandt, Dan Marino, and Michael Barkan will be there. London and Sacramento next Saturday. Tim and Danny and Mick will be in that one. More World League action coming up on USA. First down for the Monarchs. Alexander. There has not been a lot of room for Alexander tonight. Sancho in on the tackle.
Okay, here comes Stan Gelbaugh out of the locker room with helmet and shoulder pads on. Looks like he's going to try to get back into this game.
Well, it might not be Larry Bird coming back on the parquet floor, but at least the leading quarterback in the league is back out on the field. That's good to see.
Tell you, that does a lot to does a lot for your confidence of your team when you see your starting quarterback come trotting out on the field. Not only just to see him there, but the heart that he's displaying right now gives a mental boost to your players, both offense and defense.
Whoa, there's a mental boost. Baradelli got leveled by Marlatt.
So what happened there is Baradelli was turning around to tell his running back who the running back was responsible for blocking. And Marlatt said, hey, he's moving. He can't do that. I'll tell you what, I think this has to be
we
on
have
defense.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 94. First down.
Baradelli with a celebration.
You can see what he does here. He's just going to turn around. He's going to tell his running back who to block. See, he's telling him who to block, and Marlatt says, hey, no way, baby. That's not going to happen.
But he wasn't set in his stance, so.
Well, you know, that's the way defensive players are at times. They like to take a few cheap shots at you.
Well, it cost him 15 and moves the ball all the way to the midfield stripe.
I think that if he would have just reached across the line of scrimmage and touched Baradelli, he might have gotten the penalty that he was going after.
Be a good matchup to watch. There they are. First down. Actually, the ball closer to the, here they go again, closer to the 49-yard line of New York.
All right, that time Baradelli did move. Oh, here we go.
Start. Number 70 offense.
Baradelli, a very likable guy. He's pretty intense. We saw him after the game in San Antonio last week, and he's a good-natured sort.
So you can see that time he moved, and he was moving to get into position, as opposed to the time before where he was just turning around trying to tell his player in the backfield, Alexander, who to block.
9 penalties against London now for 60 yards.
I'll tell you what, London's bringing 11 guys.
Oh, if Alexander could have found a handle on that one, he would have had a lot of room to work with.
Actually, it looked like 11. It was 9. They had everybody up at the line of scrimmage that particular time. But I'll tell you what, if Witkowski completes that pass to Alexander, that's down the sideline for 6. Both of these defenses, I should say, are actually playing very aggressive. They're staying on the sideline, wanting to get in the game.
Joe Herring, the defensive coordinator of the Knights.
Get somebody on him.
Here they come again. Here comes the blitz again. You can see all the guys around the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 15. Flags down again. Witkowski going deep. Got a man open. And Andre Riley dropped it. It may have been for naught anyway. Let's wait and see on the marker, but you got to haul those in.
Well, that's going to be offensive holding. Again, could be defensive offsides, actually.
Defense, offside. Still 2nd down.
Which is a killer for Riley, because that would have been a touchdown. A free play, in essence, for the Monarchs.
It was a good call by Kennan that time, because what had happened, he read the blitz. Witkowski, he had Witkowski rolling away from the blitz to his left, throws the ball. That's just concentration right there. Andre Riley has to make that catch. That's the game breaker right there. We talk about it every week. 7 plays dictate the flow of a game, and that's one of those plays.
This time the pass out to Garrett, and the sure-handed league leader in receptions, Judd Garrett, gets it near the 40-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. That's his 4th catch of the night, Judd's.
I think if you're Coach Kennan, you're pretty happy with the way Witkowski's playing right now. He's delivering the ball on time. Guys are hitting him right in the chest with the ball. He's moving the offense.
Boomer, a better situation for a quarterback coming in cold, and that he had the halftime to realize he was going to play?
Yeah, I think so. And he's also had a chance to warm up. He's had a chance to think about what he has to do.
Alexander, big hole. He might score. Touchdown, London. 41 yards on a 3rd and short. If you break through the first wave, sometimes you're on your way. Jeff Alexander just found that out.
That's how you get burned by the blitz on the ground. It's a nice hole that time, opened up by the offensive line of London. You can see the blitz. 7 to 8 men around the line of scrimmage, all blitzing the opposite way of the running play. You'll see on the other side of the ball, if New York handles the London blitz as well as London handled that one.
Blocked, extra point. Stuffed by Joe Campbell. And that could be a big difference later in this game. But as it is, a little quick opener sees Jeff Alexander rumble 41 yards for a touchdown. as we get a look at the block kick. Still London in command. They're out in front 9-0. We'll be back.
With the cool going down, with the chill rushing through you, what's that that takes your breath away? That's the taste of real refreshment. That's the real love Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
When you buy Valvoline motor oil, you get quality, high performance, protection, and now, for a limited time only, great taste. It's Valvoline's 125th birthday. And right now, when you buy 12 quarts of Valvoline and buy 12 cans of any Coca-Cola product, we'll pay for the Coca-Cola product. People who know use Valvoline. With other motor oils, you just won't get the great taste of Coca-Cola Classic.
Whoa, just take those old records off the shelf.
It's the Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer. Yes, the beer that won't fill you up. We'll be dancing its can off all summer long. Just visit the display and look for the specially marked cans, and you could instantly win Carver's Ultimate Stereo System, Boss stereo phones, Denon portable CD players, and cassettes from Capitol Records. We know it's only Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer, but we like it.
Boomer Witkowski did his job, led him to a touchdown.
I think he's done a great job. You're afforded a great opportunity here right now if you're London. If you can keep Stan Gelbaugh, the best quarterback in the league, on the bench with a bruised shoulder and let that thing heal and win with Witkowski, I mean, I think you got to feel pretty good if you're Coach Kennan.
If you're Mouse Davis, you don't feel too good about Anthony Hardy's kickoff return. Flags are down, and we'll be back to see about the penalty after we check in with Diana Nyad. Diana?
Brad, it's been the Eric Mitchell show so far down in Orlando. Here he is on a 12-yard score, his second TD of the night. He had 98 yards on 5 carries in the first half. Just before halftime, Sacramento retaliated, but they trailed by 2. Let's go back to Brad Nessler.
Good game going on between the Surge and the Thunder. And here it's 9-0 London, thanks to an Alexander field goal and a 41-yard touchdown run by Jeff Alexander. Now the Knights are buried deep in their own territory from the 3-yard line. Graham from his own end zone, incomplete. Monty Gilbreth, the closest man. The third quarter has been London's 15-minute period this year, that's for sure. It's when they do their damage. Look at this. And of course, the third quarter here, they already have a touchdown.
So whatever they talk about in the locker room, they should bottle it and sell it.
That's right.
A lot of teams around the NFL and the World League really like to know what goes on in that locker room.
Second down and 10. Knights from their own 3. Graham looks like he's calling the audible here, and here comes the blitz, and he throws the fade out far side, incomplete, intended for Cornell Burbage.
I'll tell you, if you're London's defense right now, why not blitz and get a safety? They have 8 sacks through the blitz. They've actually harassed Jeff Graham.
We got dime in. Rip 60, Z-hook special.
When he says dime in, he's talking about the defense, that personnel that London's putting in the game. They've taken out linebackers and defensive linemen and put in extra defensive backs.
6 of them in there, thus the dime term instead of a 5-man nickel. And Graham from his own end zone has some time. They don't want a holding call down there. Graham zipped it out, got his man. Kip Lewis tiptoes out, first down for the Knights.
Nice throw that time by Graham. He bought a little time moving to his right. Again, good pocket awareness that time by Jeff. A nice throw.
18-yard pickup and a first down.
Put that ball right on the money. There's no knock against Jeff Graham's arm, I'll tell you that. See him moving right here, throws off his back foot. Puts it right out there. Good throw.
First down, some breathing room now at the 21-yard line. Graham with a half roll to the left. Incomplete. Burbage, the closest offensive player. Actually, Urban Smith had a better play on the ball over there, the defensive back.
I'll tell you, that time Hart again was in the backfield harassing Graham.
Okay.
Load 61, X-hook special, anticipate man free.
Okay, what he's telling them there now is he's called the play 61X special. He says anticipate man free. That means man coverage by the defensive backs with a free safety roaming around over top.
Free safety being Dedrick Dodge. Here comes a blitz. Graham with flags down. Lockett's all over it. 9th sack of the night, the 2nd for Lockett. Again, markers are down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he's tough to stop.
Well, right now they're all tough to stop, Brad. I'll tell you. I mean, they are just coming all over the place.
Offside. Defense.
Well, that'll negate the sack. Offside on the defense. Might have been on our cameraman there, Roy Hart, our helmet cam guy. Looked like he got a jump on his nose tackle spot.
Tell you, that's not a very nice feeling for a quarterback, sitting in that pocket, knowing that your offensive receivers are not open, and realizing that the pass rush is coming right upon you.
What little consolation it is for Graham. They get 5 yards on the penalty, so it's 2nd and 5 out at the 26-yard line. And here they come again. And now we got a little action going between Pete Scott, the center for the Knights, and our guy Roy Hart.
That's what a nose tackle should look like right there. Look at that.
He played at South Carolina for the defensive line coach, Jim Washburn of the London Monarchs. Connection there. We're going to keep the audio out of this portion of this replay. We'll show you what it looked like.
See, the ball never moves, and Hart actually jumps offside, and then they start their world wrestling antics.
Meanwhile, a penalty on Hart. Moves it out to a first down for the New York, New Jersey Knights. 11 penalties now on London.
Well, it's a menacing figure right in the middle of that defense. Everything revolves around the guy up the middle.
First down, Knights. Solly and Lockett on the blitz. Graham sets, goes deep. Incomplete. Kip Lewis got his hands on it and couldn't hold on. Defensively, Harvey Wilson made the play, number 42.
That was a tremendous throw that time by Graham. Lewis has got to make that catch. Graham laid it right out there, couldn't throw the ball any better. Shaking his head. I think I'd be doing a little bit more than that right now. A nice throw. Look at this ball.
Put it in the perfect spot.
Oh, you got to make that catch, Kip.
2nd down and 10 at the 31. Man that couldn't hold on. Lewis in motion there to the top of your screen. A quick opener for Wilkerson. He's got a first down. Got the corner. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A first down and a pickup of 25 yards for Eric Wilkerson.
It was a good call because that time London was coming with the safety blitz.
D-choice, drag.
London was coming with the safety blitz. There's a little counter draw where they start one way and the draw comes back the other. And he ran it right into the safety blitz where they were weak. Wilkerson has some speed and gets outside. Nice gain, good call.
Leading the World League in rushing. Rips off a big gainer and into London territory. Graham now sets, deep ball. Turner's got it at the 13-yard line. And now the run and shoot, starting to run and shoot. 31 yards.
That's why it makes it so difficult when you try to defend against this run and shoot. They run when you think they're going to pass, and they pass when they think you're going to run. Nice throw again by Graham, and Lewis holds on.
Slotty Turner, who made the catch at a first down. And back to the ground game. Short pickup near the 10.
Okay.
Mouse Davis to make the call from the sideline. John Shannon is shaken up on the play for London, face down at the line of scrimmage. Wilkerson got about 4 yards on the last play. It's going to be 2nd down and actually almost 7 to go when we come back. 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter. London with the lead, but the Knights are driving.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 upper running backs.
You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem. Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think you'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Awesome!
I'm trying to call overseas. I think I remember the number, but... So I call the operator. But it's another long-distance company, and she can't give me an international number. Hey, AT&T does. She says, you're not dealing with AT&T.
If you miss dealing with AT&T, it's easier than ever to come back. Just call 1-800-621-0900 right now, and we'll switch you back for free.
They kept saying how much money I'd save. Then I get the first bill. I'm not kidding. I thought it was a typo. I mean, where were the big savings?
People who thought they could do better than AT&T are coming back for the real value. You can too. It's simple. Just call now and come back for free.
Takes longer getting through, but I'm saving a ton, right? Wrong.
You gotta read the fine print. I couldn't believe it.
You're not dealing with AT&T.
Oh, I am now. 1-800-621-0900 for dependable, crystal clear AT&T long-distance service. Call now and we'll switch you for free. You couldn't pick a better time to come back.
Divided by law, drawn by desire, until a murder came between them. Web of Deceit, tomorrow at 7.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Valvoline. People who know use Valvoline. And by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottler.
John Shannon being helped off. Meanwhile, the New York, New Jersey Knights just lost the handle again as Wilkerson fumbled. And did London come up with it? Yes, they did. At least that's the signal we get from the Monarchs, and now the officials agree. And the Knights blow another opportunity to put points on the board. They started the drive at their own 3-yard line, went down 87 yards, and then dropped it inside the 10. That's a killer. The officials are going to have a little confab. I doubt that this is going to be reversed. Mouse Davis is certainly lobbying for that. We'll get another look.
Remember, the World League does not use instant replay.
Wilkerson holding the ball in really the wrong hand.
He actually lost it.
Down.
Yeah. That is a fumble.
Good call by the officials, and London takes over at its own 8-yard line. Boy, that's tough. Just when the Knights got everything working.
It really hurts you when your best player actually on offense makes mistakes like that. I mean, really no reason for that.
Witkowski again, the screen to Garrett. This has worked well tonight, and Garrett makes it work again for another first down.
I like the offensive play calling for London. Since Witkowski's been in the game, they've been trying to get him in with short, easy passes. He's done a nice job with the screens thus far.
15-yard pickup. Judd Garrett with his 5th catch of the night, so he's up to 55 for the year. Larry Kennan's unbeaten Monarchs trying to go to 8-0 and keep a game between them and the Dragons of Barcelona, who won earlier today. They've got a big matchup coming up, the final regular season game of the year before the playoffs. That should be a dandy, too. Jeff Alexander. And he covers the football with both hands and got out for about 4 yards. Let's check in with Mick Luckhurst. Mick?
I'm down here with Bob Ferguson, assistant general manager of the Buffalo Bills. Some of the less reputed writers around the country have called this the Laugh League. What are your thoughts on the standard?
Oh, we think it's exciting. It's giving a lot of kids a lot of chances to play some football. And we really think it's good. We've seen a lot of players that we're interested in, and I think other teams have too. So it's a great opportunity for people. And you can tell the fans it gives just the people in New York needed another stage to come out and have some fun.
Well, they're certainly enjoying it down here. Bob was telling me before the game, or before we talked to him, that he couldn't name the players because maybe they would lay down and not keep playing because they want to play in the NFL. Is that so?
Well, we don't like to give out names and information. You know how that can be in competition, but I think it's best for the teams and the players themselves to finish out the year and see what happens, and everybody will get their chance if they deserve it, and there's a lot of kids that deserve it.
Well, Bob won't tell us on camera who he's looking at, but some of them stand out and they speak for themselves, and one of them is Danny Lockett. Back up to you guys.
Okay, there you go.
That's one more thing the Buffalo Bills need, is another pass rusher.
Yeah, exactly. Put him on the other side with Bennett.
You got Talley out there, you got Bennett, you got Smith, you got a Bunch of good pass rush.
Here comes some pass rush on Witkowski, who somehow got it to Garrett. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It'll be 4th down. So the Knights defense did its job on that series.
So that time they were coming with a safety blitz. Howard came out of the secondary to the backside. Witkowski. Judd Garrett's actually down on the field. Looks like he got shaken up a little bit.
Judd's got a half-dozen catches tonight.
Looks like he just might have gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
The Monarchs will have to give it up. Witkowski actually is out to a 5 out of 6 start passing the football. He paid the price for that last completion. Judd Garrett, 67 yards on 7 catches. I may have said 6. And we'll check on him when we come back. 4:37 to go, 3rd quarter. Monarchs pitching a shutout so far.
Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
Sinbad here, going to the court. See, this is where legends are made, outdoors. I got on my black top shoes, the first kicks built for the outside games. Let me tell you about the outdoor game. You can shoot from anywhere when you play outdoors. There ain't no rules. How do you know when you're out of bounds when you play outdoors? If you hit that trash can, you went too far. Can't take no charge outside. You get a foot in your chest. That's what happens. Pay your dues outdoors, man. Reebok, black top shoes. You seen it? Now go play outside. I got about a 40-inch vertical since I've been wearing these shoes. About a 40, all right, about a 37-inch. I got about a 30.
How about a better hand soap?
Not us, we can't cope. We don't need no lava soap, no.
Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested?
No, no, no.
Lava, but don't try to cope without it soap.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty, Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
A patient's dark dreams become a psychiatrist's living nightmare.
No!
Red Wind, a USA world premiere movie, Wednesday at 9.
The owner of the London Monarchs, John Smith, right? I like the tie, John. His team is perfect at 7-0, trying to make it 8 straight. They've got a punt here, though, with 4:37 to go, 3rd quarter, as we look behind Greg Horn. Here come the Knights. Just about got to that kick. On the other end, the ball's loose again. Alexander scoops it up on the hop and goes out at the 39-yard line. A psychiatrist is stalked by her patient. Lisa Hartman stars in Red Wind, a USA world premiere movie, Wednesday night at 9, 8 Central Time. That's tough when you got couch time like that, huh? Wednesday nights on USA. The Knights, so far, no points. Graham trying to change it with a deep ball on the sideline, almost intercepted. Nice coverage by Irvin Smith.
Irvin did a nice job that time of covering Cornell Burbage. Actually, the ball was a little bit underthrown. Burbage did a nice job of keeping it out of Smith's hands. See, this ball's a little bit underthrown. And look how Burbage reached back and keeps it out of Irvin Smith's hand.
With 4 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter, the London Monarchs unbeaten, leading the New York, New Jersey Knights 9-0. Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and Mick Luckhurst with you, and Eric Wilkerson comes off the right side. The ball loose again. I think he was.
Air Jordan's award was a slam dunk, and Chris Evert won, along with Andre Agassi.
This is really satisfying more than anything, you know. I think to go out there and have people be attracted to you and want to see you for more than just how you hit a tennis ball, it's a pretty exciting thought.
Mike Tyson, boxing champ once removed, gave credit to a sports legend after receiving his award.
Before I had met Muhammad Ali a long